Okay, so you may or may not have already heard this saying, but the best investment will always be time and money invested on yourself. Now, we've reached the part where we're going to discuss knowledge, skills, habits, people, groups and organisations. And the way that I always explain it is like, almost imagine having a jigsaw puzzle, okay? On the front of the box, you've got the image. That's clear. It's what you want. That's the goal. But when you open up the box, the pieces aren't together. They're all jumbled. And that's pretty much what it's like within your brain. And the first thing you've got to do is separate the pieces so you can clearly identify where they're meant to go. And that's what we're about to do. Okay, so the first part, knowledge. What knowledge are you going to need to have? Now, I'm going to give you a bit of a tip, okay? For most of the goals that we want, most of the objectives we want, somebody has already done it. There's no old school Nikolai Teslas or new school Elon Musks anymore, okay? And that means that you can literally find out who's got your goal and copy them down to a T. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but success does leave tracks. Find their videos, you can read their books, and you can get a step-by-step of how they achieved it. Then we move on to skills. So what skills are you going to need to achieve your goal? Is there some maybe communication skills that you're going to need to build up? Maybe some physical skills that you're going to need to adopt? What's your approach? Then we move on to habits. I've just read a book by a gentleman by the name of James Clear, and it's a fantastic book because what he really talks about is he says that if you do things routine and regularly, they compound and they help you achieve the major goal. And the way that I've understood it is almost like having some seeds. If you had some seeds and you put it in the ground, that's your idea. But that's where most people just stop and they leave it there. Now, what happens if you were to just water it sporadically? Maybe you did it on a Monday, then you did it on a Thursday, then maybe Sunday next week. How long is it going to take for that seed to sprout and develop into some fruit? Now, imagine if you was to water it every single day for 14 days and then on the 15th day, something sprouted. Now, my question to you is it because of the water on the 15th day, that physical action? Was that water magic? Of course not. It's the compounded effect. And that's why I like building habits into a routine. They literally push you towards your goals. Okay, so then you go on to the people. Now, this is where you've got to really think, is there anybody specific you're going to need to get yourself around? Is there anybody you're going to need to introduce yourself and put yourself out there? I know sometimes it can be awkward, but if somebody's already doing it and you can almost use them as a mentor, you've got to take that chance. You've got to really go and push yourself towards it. Then you move on to the groups. Nowadays, there's a Facebook group for everything. Think to yourself, do I need to get part of that? Do I need to surround myself with that energy? And then finally, organisations. Now, that's literally what companies, what businesses are out there where they either have your goal, they teach your goal, or they have some sort of connection with your goal. You need to find them out and list them so that you can obviously execute and action them. So when we finish completing all of this brainstorming, what you're going to have is a full list of all the knowledge, the skills, the habits, the people, the groups, the organisations. And when you step back from it, you're going to analyse it and say, you know what, I've got a basic plan of how I can achieve this goal. And you will do. In fact, the last thing you're going to need to work on is all the challenges and obstacles that you need to overcome in order for you to achieve the goal. And that's what we're going to work on in the next video.